Good morning, Slop Nation, and welcome to Slop Chop. This is a new podcast hosted by myself, Harvey Mulvihill. It is about the happenings of the internet, and it is your one-stop shop for slop. Welcome back. Welcome to the newcomers. God love the Slop Nation. We're glad you're here, man. I just got back from a family reunion. We call it Family Christmas for whatever reason, we call it Family Christmas, even though it gets later every year. This year it was over Easter, but it was still Family Christmas 2026. I guess it would be 2025. Family Christmas 2025 in April of 2026. So that was fun. It was a good time. It was good to see everyone. You do the thing of like, I've lost some weight recently, which has been, thanks for noticing. I appreciate it. And you do have the thing, as a recent weight loss haver, you have the thing of like, you go back to the people that you haven't seen in quite some time, and you just prepare yourself. You get ready. You go, oh boy, I bet you they're all going to be talking about how much weight I lost and how fucking sexy I look the entire time. It'll be the only topic of conversation. I will be the center of the room. I will be the center of attention in the room for the entire weekend. What else would they talk about but not me, right? And that's just utter, just unchecked, insane ego, but that is what my brain does. And then you also you play real. You also have to play like really humble. You're like, oh yeah, no, I've been working on it. I appreciate it, Act surprised when people bring it up, Oh yeah, thanks for noticing. I appreciate you. Thanks, dude. I also had it was sweet. My cousin was like, listen, I don't mean to bring this up if you're not trying to lose weight, but I just wanted to let you know that, like, I have my own body issues or whatever. So if this is weird, don't stop me. But you look different. You have lost weight. You look different. And I was like, yeah, I appreciate that. Good looking out. I liked the disclaimer because there was a gentleman at my place of work who lost a ton of weight, and I kept bringing, like, every time I see him, damn dude, you're really looking good. And he's like, thanks. It's like, man, this weight loss is very impressive. He's like, okay. And by like the third time I did it, he was like, listen, man, I haven't like been trying to lose weight, I was like, oh, this is not like, people just lose weight without trying. Normal people or skinny fucks or people without massive eating problems just lose weight. Just lose weight sometimes. You just walk around and you eat less and then you lose weight. And then people at your place of office will just bring it up constantly and harass you with this thing that you aren't even trying to do, because it's so completely out of their realm of understanding that someone could just lose weight without really fucking trying really hard, really, really changing every aspect of their life, which is what I have to do. I have to change every aspect of my life. I have to force myself to go to the gym 6 times a week. I have to work out basically every day, because if I'm not doing it literally every day, I'm doing it 0 times. I'm very all or nothing that way. And same with food. If I'm like, I'm still calling them cheat days. What it really truly is like binge fuck everything days, and they're not happy days. I feel like, when you see The Rock on Instagram, and he's like, it's time for my cheat meal, and he eats like a fucking 4 plates of sushi, and it's like a 5,000 calorie meal or something. They're like, wow, that's like what a healthy, fun sort of reward for his hard work. That's never what it is for me. For me, it's like I fuck up in the morning, or it's almost always on a day off, and I'll just be like, what sounds really good right now? This happened to me the other day. I was just normal day off, and before the day even had a chance to develop, before I even gave the day a real shot, I was like, what sounds fucking really good right now is a milkshake at 11 a.m. An 11 a.m. milkshake. And you know, you can't go to Brahms. Brahms, for those that don't live in my area, it's just like a typical ice cream place. You got to go to Sonic, dude, because Sonic has that thick ass shit, boy. That thick fucking the non ice cream, super, probably 2,500 calories a spoonful. You know, that is the shit that I'm into. With the candy mixed in, you better fucking believe. And you have to say, here's a pro tip for you, because you want the brownie bits and a second element, obviously. So if you say like, hey, I would like a M&M's blast with brownie added, they're going to fuck you over with the brownie pieces. They do not hook it up with the brownie. You have to base your blast with brownie. So you say brownie blast, and they put it in, and you pause. This is very important. You have to wait what they type out, brownie blast, and they put it in, and then you say, oh, also, as if you just like stumbled upon this. Oh, by the way, I've been thinking, and I would like to add some Oreos to that brownie blast, please. You know, and then they'll do it. They'll hook it up, because then it's like they have the base. They make a brownie blast, which is like to the best of my knowledge, you put the whatever the thing is at the bottom, then you fill it with the ice cream, then you put it at the top, and then you mix it. I think that's how it works. And then you probably put like an extra layer on the top after the mix happens. That's probably how it's supposed to work. And I think more than half the time they just don't bother with the mix, because that takes time and they're busy. So they just fucking throw a layer under and a layer over and hand it to your fat ass, and you say thank you. But if you catch them at the right moment, at like it can't be during happy hour, 2 to 4 p.m. That's no good, because it's busy. Obviously after work, no good. Morning, no good. You got to catch them at like, I don't know, 11:30 a.m., which is, by golly, when I was there at 11:30 a.m. And I also do the thing of like, a large feels really indulgent to the point of grotesque. It feels gross. A large shake or a large blast feels, I mean, unhealthy, some might say. Some might say like problematic and unhealthy, and not great for a Thursday afternoon. So you order a medium. But you better fucking, the same logic does not carry over to the tots. Large shake, gross. Gross, disgusting. What are you doing? Get a medium. Medium tots? It's not enough tots. That's not enough fucking tots, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You got to get a large. So large tots, medium shake. And then I always do too. I've never, even in my bingiest of food days, I just genuinely do not enjoy the taste of full sugared soda. But think about all the calories you're saving with your Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper. Dirty Diet Dr. Pepper, which means they shoot in sweet cream, which is, it's probably just jizz. Just jizz. It's jizz. They jizz in it, and then they put coconut and I don't know what the third thing is. I forgot. Sweet cream, coconut, and a third thing. Vanilla? Almost certainly vanilla. Delicious combination. I should probably ask for double jizz, because I could never taste the sweet cream. I could never taste it as well as I'd like to. You got to, but the Route 44 is crucial. I used to do a Route 44 vanilla, a Diet Dr. Pepper, always DDP. DDP is the shit. I grew up with it. I, again, legitimately prefer it to the taste of regular Dr. Pepper. That's just because it's how I was raised. It's like racism or something. When you're raised with a thing, you don't really think twice about it. But I understand that it's weird as an adult. You can look back on your upbringing and say, hey, that was kind of strange. The fact that my mom always had diet soda in the house, and then that she, like, you grow up with diet soda, therefore you don't fuck with regular soda. Like, it's too sweet to me. I don't enjoy it. So again, even without the calorie saving sort of idea of what diet soda is doing, I just don't fuck with it because I don't like the taste. But I used to do a Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper with vanilla and strawberry. Or lime. Lime or strawberry. They have 3 actual fruit things that you can add. Lime, strawberry, and a third one. Maybe cherries. I don't remember. But yeah, dude, I used to do strawberries, but then they don't give you the fucking straw they give you. It's a normal ass straw. So it doesn't, the fucking strawberry bits get stuck in the straw. And it's unusable, dude. It's undrinkable. It's like preventing me from getting the sweet treat. I want the sweet treat in my tum-tum. And the strawberries are blocking like a fucking blockade. Hold! And you shoots into the back of your throat. Again, like cum. So I stopped doing the strawberry. I still sometimes do the lime. Oh, that's what the third thing is in dirty. It's lime, sweet cream, and coconut. There's no vanilla. So the issue with lime, though, I'm sure you'll know where I'm going with this, slops, is that they fucking put the fucking limes. They just like, they half squeeze, they like quarter squeeze a half of a lime. And they just dump that shit in there. A dirty ass, recently picked from the ground, whole ass lime. And they just fucking put it in your fucking drink. And like, it's less of an issue, I think, with the Route 44 because you have so much space, so much volume to fill with your drink. But I have to imagine, and it's been years since I've ordered a small or a medium, but I have to imagine in that you're giving up so much real estate with the fucking lime that they toss in there haphazardly. It's pretty much unforgivable in my opinion. And I'm certain, as a matter of fact, that you could order the drink and just say, hey, could you not toss the entire lime into it, please? Could you just squeeze it like any other place would? Just squeeze it and take it out. I guess any other place would squeeze it and put it on the rim, but I don't know if a single other establishment worth their salt that tosses the entire fruit into the drink. It's absurd. It's an absurdity, and it's frankly shameful. It's shameful. Sonic should be ashamed. But they recently created the dirty mixture, which is those three elements as I've described. Excellent combination. They should really double up on the sweet cream, especially with a bigger drink. But I think that sweet cream actually just counteracts the calories that you would just be drinking if you were doing a normal soda. So it also it makes it just as sweet as a normal soda would be. So then therefore, why don't you just order a regular Dr. Pepper? Much to think about. Much to think about. But yeah, that is typically how my quote unquote cheat days go, is that I make one ill decision in the AM and it just completely catapults or torpedoes the rest of my day. And I'm also not the kind of person who can be productive while also having a cheat day. I'm the kind of person who is a legitimate useless piece of shit when I'm whoopsie cheat day. I'm like shoveling Taco Bell burritos into my face in my car on the way home from the drive-thru, and like, you know, binge watching Atriot clips on YouTube on my phone. That's a good point. That's an interesting recent event. I'm learning. Yeah, it's no good. And also, again, the vibe is not fun and healthy and cheat. The cheat is not really the word that I would ever use. Again, the real word is closer to like degenerate binge. I'm having a degenerate binge day today. I've also discovered, Slops, that I am currently incapable. That was actually a recent work thing that someone, that was in our orientation, where they were like, don't say that you can't do things or that you are incapable of achieving a thing. Say that you are currently incapable or having trouble with this thing, right? Don't like shoot yourself in the foot with your language. Put yourself down with your words. Instead, you know, speak optimistically as if you might have some sort of a future at this company, right? Which many of you don't. Sad to say. Which many of you don't. We wouldn't know that until later. But anyway, I'm currently incapable of doing a trip, hitting the road and remaining on my food plan. I don't currently know how to do it. I also, if you throw in a massive social gathering such as a family reunion, did you guys catch me fucking squeeze past that word twice in a row? Just slipped it right past you. Hope no one would notice. But I'm trying to be better, I'm trying to improve. So here's me being honest. I fucked up the pronunciation of that word twice in a row. Thank you. Thank you for calling me out. I appreciate it. You guys are holding me accountable, and it means the world. I'm currently incapable of remaining on my food plan when I am on the road and when there's a massive social gathering. Both things are true for me. If it is a social gathering that has a beginning and end date shorter than 3 calendar days, then I can get through it. But at this moment in time, this exact parcel of time, I have to lean on food a little bit to get me through the thing, personally. And it's just because it's an unhealthy relationship I developed for, years and years and years, just now kind of trying to wean myself off of that relationship. Bobby Kelly, the comedian, did an excellent podcast with Stavros Halkias years ago. Stavi actually got his start from opening for Bobby Kelly. Bobby Kelly, if you don't know, legendary New York comedian. He was, if you've seen Louis, the show Louis, he's Louis's brother on that show. Great actor, great stand-up. I have some negative opinions as well. Why did I bring him up? Oh yeah, because on that he did a podcast with Stavros. To this day, the fattest podcast I've ever heard in my life, where they just talk about the road and like the shit they used to get into. And instead, most touring acts have road stories that are like, dude, we fucked the shit out of this girl. We banged her together in the same room. It's crazy, dude. We were hammered. You were on meth. It's 0%. It's 100% just 2 fat fucks ordering an astonishing amount of food and eating it by themselves in their hotel room. I want to say the Bang Bang from Louis was also originally a Robert Kelly idea. Eat one full meal at a place, go to another place, eat another full meal. Hilarious concept. Love that. Love the Bang Bang. But he, again, in this podcast, said that you can't make food your friend. That's how fatties dig themselves into a hole, myself included, is that you make food your friend. You make it your comfort. You're like, God fucking damn it. That was whatever. That was a hard show. I'm trying to unwind. I'm going to the hotel room and I'm going to eat an entire pizza because it's going to make me feel good. Food becomes your friend, in their case, on the road. In my case, on the road, but on a different type of road. My road would just be driving to Austin, Texas. Yeah, for whatever reason, man, it's very difficult for me to stay on the plan. Stay on the plan when I'm not in my exact controlled environment. If given even a moment of opportunity, my brain jumps at the chance to fat. Jumps at the chance to fat. You know what I mean? Which is, I don't know how you fundamentally change your wiring to make that not the case. At the moment, I'm just kind of white knuckling it. And it gets easier to white knuckle the longer you do it because your brain forgets how fast food tastes. And then there's the chemicals that are in the shit that literally make, they provably make you crave it. So you remove yourself from that shit for a time, and then your brain starts to even out. I'm so fucking straight. I meal prep. I meal prep every day at work because if I don't, then I guess I have to go eat Panda Express or Cane's or whatever. I go, what am I gonna know? What I gotta eat? You gotta eat. So anyway, I have a strict regimented that will definitely not last forever. I'll have to figure out some way to, again, change the brain chemistry. How do you do that, I wonder? Do you any of you slops have any thoughts on this? Have you dealt with this problem in the past? How do you actually change the way your brain works without doing the shot? I'm not doing the shot. I'm not doing the shot, man. I'm not doing it. Have I talked to you guys about this? Have I given you my thoughts here on the shot? Here are my thoughts on the shot. I think it is legitimately incredible medical technology that will continue to just transform the shape of America, the literal shape of America, where 'twas a blobby, misshapen rhombus, and now it's kind of like a drapey, lingering, long, like what's the fucking guy? Is it from Inside Out 2, you know? The lethargy or whatever. That movie sucks ass. But yeah, so I don't want to be the guy that, because, you know, you hear some people with things of like, you know, things like this where they go, yeah, for you, it's great. For you, I highly recommend it because you're a fat, disgusting piece of shit and you need it. I don't want to be that guy. I don't feel that way. I am also just as much of a fat, disgusting piece of shit as anyone, truly as anyone. I used to weigh 450 pounds. So like, I totally get it. I think I want to be as broad as possible and say 99% of the time is a great idea. 99% of the time is a great idea. In my particular case, I'm just one of the few people where it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, because I have a legitimate food addiction / eating disorder. And it's like a Band-Aid solution to that problem, right? Where the real, again, in my opinion, the real fix is going to come from like a brain change, like figuring out how to alter the way my brain works with food. Yeah, but that's what the shot does. That's what the shot does. It literally does that. It, like, everyone tells you that it kills the food noise. Right. Okay, so that's literally what the shot does. Fair enough. Okay, then why else? What's the second reason? There's also the fact, slops, that I have an ego about it. It goes back to ego, man. I do like saying the words. I'm not using the shot. Couldn't be me. All of you weaklings. No, I don't. I don't feel that way. But I do have an ego about it where it is nice a little bit to say that I'm just doing diet and exercise for real. Even though everyone else in the world that has lost weight recently is because of Ozempic. I don't wish those people ill. I think it's a great idea. Why? Yeah, I think it's just I like the fact that I didn't have to do it. That I haven't had to do it yet. Yes, that's the real way to put it. Because there's such a totally viable future, a realistic scenario where I just boomerang right back. Boomerang right back. Dude, I got rid of all my fat clothes too. That would suck. That would fucking suck. Bro, you see these pants? I bought these shits at Target last week. I have not shopped at a department store, and you know, when sometimes things just hit you. We're like 2 weeks in a row now. This has been very egocentric. Look at me, I'm the shit. Last week was like, hooray, I did a year. This week is like, I'm fucking awesome. I lost a lot of weight. It's a little gross. Yeah, but I'm also like bearing my soul to you, right? So that's something. It's not just that I'm looking for the accolades and the attention, although that's part of it. I don't know how do we get back to something less transparent. Family reunion was good. I binged hard 2 days in a row. I ate a fuckload of ice cream. I'm definitely lactose intolerant. I farted like 100,000 times. Definitely lactose intolerant, but it's like I just don't care, or I don't think to I just don't care. Hey, that's what it is. That's the one. I just don't care. I try the whatever the lactate pills. You guys have that? You guys tried that? So the being lactose intolerant, what it is that your shitty digestion system just does not create the enzyme that breaks down lactose. That's literally all of it. All it is, and it's typically a genetic, hereditary thing, right? Hereditary. Boop, boop. Wink, boop. Can you guys not say? Can you guys say that word without thinking about the movie? I can't. It's a genetic thing, and you can just supplement the pill. Excuse me. You can supplement the enzyme. You can just take it in a pill form, so that the enzyme will like break down the stuff and not cause you to fart 100,000 times in a day. So I'll typically do that when I eat ice cream specifically. Milk doesn't bother me. Although who is out here drinking milk like that for real? Am I 11? Am I 1 year old suckling my mother's teat? No, slops. I'm older than that. A little bit older. So ice cream is really the main culprit, you know. And so I will frequently take those lactate pills, and they're littered about my house for that reason. But I didn't bring any on this trip, so I just ate a whole bunch of ice cream and said fuck it. Made myself feel bloated and gross, and then I don't know if I mentioned this, but then I farted 100,000 times. Let's talk about the Mario movie, man. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. That's the full title, right? Why did Nintendo go with Illumination? Let's really think about this. If you're unfamiliar, actually, the reason I'm talking about it is because people are still talking about it. There's all this discourse online about the apparently very bad Super Mario Galaxy movie that I do not think I will be seeing because I've heard it's very bad. The discourse is this. Hey, this is actual dog water, slop, and people of all ages, children included, deserve better than what you are feeding them. This is garbage. It's lowest common denominator. It's dangling keys in front of a baby. And the counter argument to that would be, what? It's a kid's movie, bro. You went to the fucking Mario movie and you expected Citizen Kane? Are you what? Right? Those are the two arguments. So let's just think about what side of the argument you are on personally, Slop. The singular version of slopper or slops. It's just slop. That's really funny. Think about what side of the argument that you're on. And then, again, I have not seen the film, but I will baselessly speculate here because I saw the first one, and the first one was mid as fuck. And Illumination as a studio is mid as fuck. But why would Nintendo go with Illumination? Nintendo cares so deeply about their brands. They really, truly give a fuck about their IP on a level that most other companies are not willing to. They are stomping out fan-made tournaments. They are entering litigation with fucking children They really truly are not willing to loosen the grip on Mario, Link, or Samus. And also they put out, I would say 90% with like their main guys, they're putting out 90 to 95% quality. Excellent, high quality games. You have the occasional shitball like Metroid Prime 4, but most of the time, vast majority of the time, they really care about their IP and they're really, really serious about creating good shit. So then why hire Illumination? Illumination, for those that aren't familiar, are the Minions guys, the guys that made Despicable Me. They made Despicable Me. They made the Minions movies. They made Secret Life of Pets of them? I think so. Secret Life of Pets. They did Sing. But their track record is actual dog shit. The thing that they do make all consistently, is money. They make a ton of money, which might have just honestly answered the question that I proposed to you. They make a fuckload of money consistently, way more consistently than Pixar, even though Pixar puts out quality. Pixar is also taking risks in a way that Illumination is not. Here's what I think it boils down to. I think that they are willing, or Nintendo is looking for, is very risk adverse. Nintendo's very risk adverse, and they like making money. And here you have a handful of options. By the way, I'm assuming when they were shopping this around, they didn't search. They were proposed. They heard an estimate from every major animation studio in the country. Like, I can't imagine any animation studio seeing fucking Nintendo and going like, we'll pass. Like, I guarantee that all of them they put something on the table. All of them. So you have like DreamWorks, Disney Animation, Pixar. Oh, what else? Shit. Is that it? No, there's definitely more. Illumination. I'm missing like one major player in this. Blue Sky, or those fucking guys. Yeah, you have the Wallace and Gromit folk. Anyway, they all submit a bid, and I'm guessing that Bobby Nintendo, or is some Japanese first name, Bobby Nintendo, was just took the lowest bid. Whoever was willing to pay them the most or take the lowest percentage for this partnership, they went with. And they didn't give a fuck about the quality of the films produced. Probably. They also looked at the track record for Illumination and said, those Minions movies make $1 billion every single time. And they appeal to children who we want to appeal to. We want to have kids that grow up with Nintendo as part of their life. Disney is struggling with this concept right now in like every aspect of their business. Kids are not growing up with Disney in the way that they used to. Disney also owns ESPN, and kids are not growing up with sports the way they used to. So Disney's in massive crisis currently. But that's a topic for another time. Nintendo has not had this issue, to the best of my knowledge. I'm pretty sure kids still fuck with Nintendo. Right? They have to, right? But maybe they will more because of this partnership with this like proven track record Illumination. You get a bunch of celebrities in the voice cast so that they can go around and do interviews with Jimmy Fallon and YouTubers, and Chris Pratt will be on Mr. Beast. And they'll do like a massive promotional run. Jack Black will say some wacky stuff. But it's all in service of something that is really really not good. So this is my cards on the table opinion. You can probably have guessed it. Oh shit! I'm wearing a perfect shirt for this this metaphor right now. It's definitely not a metaphor for this argument. You can make high quality kid stuff that makes a bunch of money and is very culturally relevant and still good. It's totally doable. It's doable, man. You can make like I mean, in my shirts case, you can make My Neighbor Totoro, where like that was a big ass cultural sensation. Very accessible to kids. People love it. Kids grow up with it and still love it as an adult because it has like incredible staying power, incredible relevance, incredible heart, depth, all the stuff that you want from any movie, right? You don't have to have just slop. And like you can create, you can make a Mario Galaxy movie with the uh needle drops and the character moments and aura and riz or whatever the shit is, Easter eggs, things from the game that people remember, and you can still give them like a superhero moment, you know? Like I'm picturing Mario when he fucking zooms up to the space uh whatever it's called, the platform where you go into the different worlds, you know? And then it just like holds on it for a second and the music starts playing, that iconic and he's flying through. He's just taking in the scenery. There's none of that in the film, from what I understand. Instead, the film is like balls to the wall action set pieces, one after the other, with zero connective tissue and never a moment to sit down and breathe. It is funny that I'm reviewing a film that I haven't seen. I take no qualms with that. I think it's actually completely morally correct in this case. I love those Galaxy games, man. Maybe I will go see this movie. It's probably really bad, though. Fuck. Also, there's no point in seeing it now because I'm already talking about it on the podcast. What am I going to talk about it again? Hey, guys, guess what? I watched the movie that I reviewed without watching it. Okay, let's do the counter argument then. Does it have to be, I mean, it has to be, is there anything like of legitimately great quality that has the cultural relevance of a Minions, that level of cultural like domination, but is also good? Toy Story? Toy Story, is it up there? I mean, Buzz Lightyear was fucking, come on, dude. Buzz Lightyear, come on, bruh. Buzz Lightyear's gigantic. This is past its prime, obviously, but that, I think that is on the same level. And those Toy Story movies are fantastic. So there's an option. Totoro. There's number 2. I was gonna say like the Lego movie because that's the one that the movie nerds are thinking about right now when they're listening to this. But you can't. It doesn't touch anything close to the level of again domination that the other ones that I've talked about have. The Lego movie is fantastic, but in terms of just like wide-reaching success, not so much. Spider-Verse. Miles Morales became a thing because of those Spider-Verse movies. He was obviously a prominent character in the comics before that, but no one gave a fuck. And then those movies came out and he became huge. So that's something. Spider-Verse is obviously incredible. I just keep thinking about Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Lord and Miller. The Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, again, nowhere near. What else is there that kids fuck with? Frozen. Frozen is pretty good. The second one is awful. Okay. And that's not that's just Disney Animation Studios, not Pixar. I feel like there's a massive one that I'm missing here. Kids also just do not fuck with movies like they used to. Right now, like kids are playing Roblox. Kids are playing Roblox or Minecraft, and they're watching YouTube. That's the truth of it. Is the truth of the thing just that it's fucking over? It's over for film in general. No. Because the Mario movie's gonna make $1.5 billion despite it being bad. You're right. Tentpole massive films still make money. It's just everything under that that doesn't. Red Letter Media talks about this constantly, but you like the $20 million horror movies do gangbusters every single time. They make their budget back in a day, and the rest of it is just pure profit, baby. So horror movies are always a sure bet because they're cheap. They have a guaranteed audience. Yeah, horror will remain forever a thing. People fuck with horror movies. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have your gigantic tentpole Avengers or Toy Story 5. The Mario movie is definitely going to make more money than Toy Story 5. I wonder how much money Toy Story 4 made. If only I had a computer. If only I had some way of looking that up right in front of me. But I don't, unfortunately. You guys see the movie? Is it not as bad as everyone is saying? And it's not everyone that's saying it's bad. I should be very clear. It's only most people. And it's the dweebs and man-children. It's butthurt man-children online that are complaining about people calling it bad. And you better believe the moment you hear someone bringing up the fact that the user reviews are really positive, they made it for the fans, okay? They made it for the fans. Look at these user reviews. These critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The moment that you hear that argument from literally any human, you can guarantee the movie is ass. Dog water. Booty. For sure. So, know in your heart of hearts that the movie's probably bad. And honestly, it's probably like, even if it's not awful, it is definitely forgettable and bland. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? It's not going to leave an impression. You're going to forget about it in a week. Right? It's not going to stick with you. You're not going to buy the merch. You're not going to give the fuck. You're not going to give a fuck. You might replay the game. You might blow off the dust on your Wii. You're not doing that. You might. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a big uptick in people buying the Switch version of the game, which I thought was no. That wasn't the unplayable one. It was fine. They didn't like get super far into it, but Skyward Sword. They redid Skyward Sword on the Switch. That shit is completely unplayable because that game is built for a nunchuck. Come to think of it, it would probably work fine with the Joy-Cons, but I don't use those shits. I use a Pro Controller. So I was trying to fucking do all the controls with my Pro Controller. I played it for 8 minutes and then frisbeed it out the window. It's also a bummer, like, I think I might be done with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I enjoyed it. I just don't have any urge to continue playing anymore. It was always right on the edge for me. It never, like, it did, I will give it credit in that it did eventually sink its teeth into me, and I was looking forward to playing it when I got home, but I was never obsessed with it. I never got to the point of obsession. I would always play it for an hour or two. And I can really definitely speak on the fact that it wasn't fully my cup of tea because I feel no urge to complete it. I just got to the first hardness level 5 for those who have played the game. The red, I think it's called the Feast Layer. As a matter of fact, I know it is. I just got to the Feast Layer, which is the first time that you see hardness level 5. The ground is harder to break. And I have absolutely no desire to finish the game, even though I'm sure I'm very close. The game is good. What is it about it that I don't really like? It feels overwhelming in a way that sometimes I've heard people complain about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, which are my 2 favorite games of all time. I've heard that complaint before, that it feels overwhelming to the point of exhaustion. That is how Donkey Kong Bonanza feels to me. It feels like there's so much to do. and I can't possibly find everything. For about 8 seconds, I was debating going back to all the previous levels and trying to get all the bananas. And then you can go into your settings, into your collection, and see the number of bananas per level, one after the other, that you don't have. And it just tells you at the top how many per level that you are missing. And there's like 100 fucking like the equivalent of a star in Mario. There's 100 of them in each level. And I was just scrolling through. I was like, Jesus, I've collected 17 of 120 in this world. I'm like, I thought I was pretty thorough. Or like, on a smaller one, it would be like 38 or 44 of 100. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going back and painstakingly looking for every single one of these fucking things. I just don't care enough. I just don't give a fuck. The other issue, which is kind of the core theme of the game, the core gimmick of the game, which is, again, it's very Breath of the Wild, to be totally honest, which I love, obviously. But here's the gimmick of Breath of the Wild. The gimmick of Breath of the Wild is that what if you could climb literally any surface in the game? That's gimmick number 1. Gimmick number 2, what if anywhere that you see on your map you can go to? If you see it in the far, far distance, you can go there and you can climb it when you get there. Those are like the 2 core pillars of the game. Obviously, goes without saying, the do your own thing, massive sandbox, no real point you in a direction, just whatever, obviously. But those are the 2 kind of like core things that I think of when I think of the game. That kind of blew my mind when I was first starting. That like way the fuck off in the distance, you see that volcano? You can, if you want, just make a beeline, go straight there. It'll take you a day to walk. But you can get to that volcano and you can climb that volcano and you can jump inside of it. So that's really cool. But the gimmick of Donkey Kong Bonanza, similarly, what if we just take Mario Odyssey, like an intricately designed, interconnected world map system, and each of those worlds has different layers of, it's essentially like 4 different mini worlds stacked on top of each other. And then also, what if we create this very, again, intricately designed, impressive level, and you as the player can break 100% of it? You can literally just tear all of it away with your bare hands. Donkey Kong can break. It's like the equivalent of what if you can climb there? What if you can climb anything? Which you can also do in this game, by the way. You can climb almost any surface. What if you can climb anything? What if you can break everything? That's the gimmick. And to be totally honest, it's the promise of the whole game. And I just don't love it. I don't love it. It's sometimes satisfying to break stuff, but for the most part, I'm much more interested in a tightly crafted sort of world map that I have to explore, that I can explore without just tearing a hole through the fucking floor. The other issue is that when you can just tear a hole through the fucking floor, you can break a lot of shit. Literally, you can break the game, the quote unquote intended solution. It's very breakable, almost always. And then also, there are bananas hidden in the fucking ground all over the place, and you got to dig for them, which I hate. So those are my big issues. But the game's fun. It's kind of repetitive. It's very repetitive. Every world that you go to has the exact same sort of structure. The bosses are so comically easy. I'm really shitting on this game. It's good. It's good. I just don't think it's anywhere close to the level of dick sucking that I was hearing about it was astronomical. People were saying it's the greatest thing, like the best thing since since Tears of the Kingdom, whatever. It ain't that, bruh. It's good. It's just good. It's right down the middle for me. Quality. Would never pick it up again. But the real sadness in my heart about Donkey Kong Bonanza is that the team, if you're unfamiliar, the team that made Super Mario Odyssey, their next project was Donkey Kong Bonanza. And that game just came out, which means they've been working on Bonanza for years, and there's no probably 3D Mario coming out for a long fucking time. Like actual years, probably. Unless they give it to another team. But you wouldn't do that because everyone loved Odyssey. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. But I love a 3D Mario. Is Mario Wonder worth buying and playing? Should I do that? There's a Switch 2 edition. I'm in need of media. I'm actually not in need of any media. I will have plenty. I have plenty of media to get through my jaw surgery. I have a fuckload of stuff on my watch list. I can just hammer through all that. But yeah, maybe I'll download that game. I've heard Wonder's great. I'm not a fan of 2D Mario, but it's not really 2D because you have the Wonder Flower. Sure, whatever. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. What's my next Switch 2 game? I did buy Metroid Prime 4, and I played it for 15 minutes. I should really I do that next. I'll do that next. I owe it to my love for the first 3 games to try it for real. I never played 3 much, but 1 and 2 I played the fuck out of. Yeah, I'll try it, even though it got bad reviews. Hey man, they made it for the fans, okay? Look at the user scores, no, fucking critic scores. Critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh yeah, they Marvelified it. That's the problem. I forgot the criticism. They put in unskippable, cringe sidekicks that butt in and tell you where to go and completely destroy the atmosphere and like say awful jokes to you, which is unliteral, unforgivable sin. Hopefully they patch that out so you can mute them, maybe. Fucking hell, why would you do that? Christ. Slops, I forgot to do my taxes. Have you guys done your taxes yet? It sneaks up on me every year. Fucking hell. Probably me and like every other American, or it's just America, right? It's just our tax day. What is it, April 15th? Presumably other countries have different tax days. Does everyone do taxes like we do? Do you guys know? Why aren't you answering me? Let's go through a couple of liked tweets. Yeah, light week for Slop, obviously, if you hadn't noticed from the hour of prattling. Light week for Slop. But this is a fun story. This is from the huffing community on reddit.com. Huffing is in like inhaling. I was hitting a new tube on the way back from Home Depot and, I shit you not, I seen the Gorilla Glue gorilla on the side of the road holding a sign that said "Remove your seatbelt" in all caps. He looked me right in the eyes in slow motion and nodded when I passed him. So I trusted him and took my seatbelt off. And that's the last thing I remember before some horror movie jump scare car crash happened out of nowhere. I woke up in the hospital and they showed me pictures of my car, said I'm lucky to be alive since my seatbelt was off. I ejected out the passenger back window when I was rolling and hardly have a scratch on me. Gorilla Glue saved my life. It's a beautiful story, and I hope that it's true, because I love the idea. First of all, I love the idea of this guy just not putting 2 and 2 together, that the glue was probably the reason that he was involved in a car crash in the first place. That the fact that he was huffing a new tube on the way back from Home Depot. I also love the idea that a guy's going to Home Depot exclusively to get glue to huff. That's really funny. I wonder if Home Depot has an emerging market of just degenerate glue huffing addicts like Charlie Kelly's of the world, who are walking into Home Depot with a paper bag and just buying Gorilla Glue. And like, you can't stop them. It's not illegal. It's just glue, right? So yeah, shouts out to the Gorilla Glue gorilla for saving this man's life, helping him to lead another day and bring me so much joy in reading this. I laughed really hard reading this the first time. But yeah, maybe he has a higher purpose, this gentleman. And also, you also have to wonder if there are other like household appliances that would appear to him the same way the Gorilla Glue gorilla had. If he was huffing like OxyClean, bleach, or something, would the Mr. Clean bald guy come up to, appear to him the same way? Perhaps, perhaps not. Who's to know? It is cool to be really delusional about your drug use. Taking this totally at face value and, again, just hoping that it's real because it's fun. It's cool to be that sauced up and believing your own stuff. Like, no, I was driving, I was hitting a new tube, I saw him, it said to remove my seatbelt, so I did. He saved my life. And then you're brand loyal to the Gorilla Glue. You already were kind of brand loyal because the off-brand shit, it doesn't hit as hard, bro. It doesn't hit as hard. Like, it's $4 cheaper per tube. And it just doesn't hit the same, man. It smells kind of funky. You're concerned about the smell. Yeah, it smells kind of funky, but it only gets me fucking ripped off my ass for 27 minutes instead of 33. So, you pay the extra couple of bucks for the name brand product. But there's no store brand mascot that is going to appear to you on the side of the road telling you to remove your seatbelt. That is only Gorilla Glue. They should put that on the billboard. They should make an advertisement. Paranoid glue huffing fantasy will appear to you and set you straight. We'll put you on the right path, Also love that in any crash situation, like the police being like, thank God you didn't have your seatbelt on. You might have been really hurt. Is there, that has to probably be a real thing. There has to be some sort of situation where not wearing your seatbelt was advantageous because you weren't connected to the fire heap or whatever. And I had come to think of it, there's probably stories about like drunk drivers being ejected from the fucking car. But usually you hear about those stories ending a different way, which is that the person that was ejected from the fucking car is not doing so great right now, right? By the way, I saw some, you grow up with the internet and your friends toss around like horrific shit, and then you grow up and you kind of develop a taste for it, and every once in a while you check it out, I'm not alone here. Every once in a while you dabble into some death content. It's not nearly as much as I used to, but every once in a while I'll dip my toe in. I cannot find this video, but this it's like a wide shot of traffic. The way I remember it. And then on the right side of the screen, this lady just like fucking like slams into the back of a car and somehow flips her car up. And I don't know how it happened, but her passenger just gets rocketed into the air and spins and like literally does a fucking flip over the telephone wire. It is the most comical, ragdoll physics. It's Gary's mod shit, but it's a real human life that was extinguished. It is a video of a person dying for sure, but it's so insane that it makes me laugh. There's a couple of them like that. Like that's peak death video. Is that it's like so ridiculous that you go, holy Christ almighty. Like the really up close and personal ones, no fun. And there's ones that haunt you forever and that you still think about when you're trying to sleep at night. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the fun ones. But yeah, I've been looking for that video for quite some time. I could probably ask Grok. Grok would fucking pull that shit up for me. Grok has no qualms to pull up things of that nature. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, what's another good one? Oh yeah, what's the thing called? The spinning factory. Oh boy, maybe we shouldn't get into that one. Nah, let's get into it. Yeah, there's the guy that gets caught in the mill. The factory mill. His like shirt gets caught or something, and then he spins 100 times in the mill, and it's like his body just like disintegrates and is flung about. Like pieces of this man are just shot all over the factory. It's really something. And then the guy, his friend or his coworker, runs in. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! After 3 straight minutes of this man being pulverized, and like slams on the off switch, and he's literally, I mean, he's wrapped around this thing. Like most of his body is gone. And again, just thrown about. And you see the guy like, Jesus. He does a little like, whew, yikes, which is fun. That's the kind of stuff that I'm dabbling into. Actually, that's like the peak where, again, it's so insane, it's so fucking crazy that it's not even hitting you on a human level. For me, it's like hitting me on like a jackass level or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting the same sort of visceral, cringe, holy shit reaction, but it's kind of fun with those types of videos. But most of the time, when you stumble across something on X.com, the Everything app, it's depressing and horrific and sad and makes you feel real bad. That's the kind of stuff that I'm not looking at hardly at all anymore. But you still search. You still search for the fun ones. I think, is that still a thing? The shock video genre, sending videos to your friends as a middle schooler, or sitting your friend down in front of a computer. Do kids have computers? Is that even a thing? It's just iPads now. I guess iPads would work the same way. Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's different. Maybe the shock video still exists. I know for a minute, I think it was millennials that were sitting around that it was during COVID. Hey, just so you guys know, this number of COVID outages reported in your area, and you click the link and it's just the black guy with a huge cock on the bed. That's the closest that we've seen to like the shock video genre in some time. I don't know if kids are doing it these days. I think it might have fallen out of fashion. I can't imagine why. It's so wholesome and fun. 2 girls, 1 cup. 1 guy, 1 jar. But yeah, you'd venture to think that kids are getting more online as time goes on, and therefore they should be like more ingrained in the culture and more susceptible to the horrific shock content. But it seems like people are pulling away from that, and it's less so. You still hear about porn addiction constantly. So maybe that folds in Porn addiction, obviously still a thing, but porn is different than what I'm talking about. Why? Why is it different? Well, because it's porn. The social aspect of like sharing it with your friends, fucking with your friends by showing them something awful, that I think is no longer quite as popular. But I don't know why. I don't know why. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? Any ideas? Any bright ideas from you fucking people? Let me know. Leave me a comment. If you could, actually, I never do calls to. I'm gonna probably start doing that just to give you guys a heads up. I'm probably gonna start doing the call to action because they work, and I need help. I need growth. I don't need growth, but growth would be nice. You know, it'd be nice. All I'm saying is it'd be nice. What's a guy gotta do? How many fucking dicks do I gotta suck? You just seem like you're offering to suck cock all the time. How many cocks do I gotta suck to do fucking? It just seems like you want to suck cock. Clocked. That's the T says clocked. All right. I think we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Please do me a favor. If you are listening on Spotify, press follow. If you're listening on Apple, press follow. If you are listening on YouTube, press subscribe. Just do it right now, man. It means the world to me. And I'm so new and so young. I'm just a young little boy. But I'm like, the podcast is so new and I have so few subscribers that every single time that I get one, it means a lot. So that's all I'm saying is that you're helping a noble cause. We're back to ego. We're back to ego. We started in ego. We got away from it and now we're back. A noble cause. What is fucking noble about this? Nothing. I don't know. It's pure. It's a creative endeavor. You want to reward me for having the emotional intelligence to call myself out for the disgusting egotistical behavior that I've exhibited 2 episodes in a row. 2 episodes in a row now. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. What are you going to do, man? Talking into a microphone, of course, all of it's ego. 100% of this is ego. Not 100. But a percentage. A percentage. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me and my ego this episode and every episode. Do me a favor and press follow, press subscribe. Still working out the kinks on how to figure out the jaw surgery gap, the situation. I got a date, by the way. May 4th. May the 4th be with you. May 4th is my surgery date. And that is a Monday, which means nothing to you. The podcast will come out as normal, but I'm going to have to figure something out. We'll see how we do it. I have some theories, some running theories. There's probably going to be a guest host. That's my guess. My guess as to what's going to happen for at least 2 weeks. But anyway, slops, thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for subscribing. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. God bless the Slop Nation. And I will see you in 7 days' time.